Good morning, Caramellians, followers, people in the bushes. Hi. Good morning. It's Tuesday. We are at this piece. Hopefully you guys are up and out. Got your coffee and your tea and doing what you gotta do and going where you gotta be. Okay? We're running slightly behind, honey. My son decided he want to get up this morning. I'm getting dressed. So I had to hurry him up so we can get up out of the house. So nevertheless, we're slightly behind, but it's all good. We are back. Apologies for no car chronicles on Monday. It was beyond my control, as we talked about before in the LAMH Huntsville review video. You guys, we've been having severe thunderstorms here in my town, in my state, in my city, which knocked the power out in my area for some hours. Okay, yeah. So I was very pissed about that, but that was beyond my control. We could not do our chronicles that day because of that. But we're back. We are back today. So hopefully everybody gets their fix and their laughs and whatever it is that they get out of car chronicles. Okay. I got a lot of messages from you guys. Caramel, you okay? Caramel, we missed your show today. Are you gonna go live? Are you gonna go live tomorrow? Yes, I'm here. Okay. So thank y'all for checking for my show. I appreciate it and showing so much love. I really do. I enjoy doing what I do, getting on here, talking junk, giving you guys topics, having discussions on my way to work. You guys, I guess y'all help me like I help you. But nevertheless, yeah, it's Tuesday. This is Car Chronicles. For those of you joining for the very first time, that your spaceship just landed last night and you just landed here on Earth, baby, this is Car Chronicles. I am the Caramel Rell, the one and only. There is none other. All right? Yeah, let's get into it. Oh, I'm still waking up, Lord. All right, so for those of you that watch the Car Chronicles, not Car Chronicles, Celebrity News is first and foremost. Let's do the because I'm slipping over here on my pimping. I'm slipping on my pimping. Everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for entertainment purposes only and for fair use. We got to do the disclaimer, baby, because oh Lord, some of the topics we're gonna be talking about today, I got to make sure I'm covered, because y'all know this mouth over here, honey. You know what this mouth be over here doing. Did I say that right? Y'all stay out my business. Anyway, anywho, so y'all know the BET Awards premiered this past weekend. All right. It was a pretty good show. I finally got a chance to watch it in its entirety. Shout out to Busta Rhymes for getting the Lifetime Achievement Award. Very well deserved. I like Busta Rhymes. He has transformed from Leaders of the New School when he was back in the day up until being a solo artist and doing what he is doing now. Okay, I love me some Busta Rhymes. There are so many other people who were also given awards that night as well. Shout out to Lotto. I like Lotto. Patti LaBelle also performed. She did a tribute for Tina Turner. I feel like it was a little lackluster. Talked about it. I kind of mentioned it a little bit. I felt like it was a little lackluster. And I feel like with the BET Awards, whenever they ask you to do a tribute for someone, they tell you months in advance. And the reason that I'm actually talking about this is because I felt that it was kind of distasteful for her to be on stage to do a tribute to someone who I consider a legend, Tina Turner, and you not know the words to the song. Like, that's given no. I get it. Patti is an elderly woman. I get it. She looks great for her age. Patti's up there in age. She is. She still performs. She still tour. My thing is, if you can still remember the words to your songs, please take the time out to learn the words to this song, Getting Up There. She sang Simply the Best for Tina Turner and did not know the words, and they had the words up there on the teleprompter. She was saying she didn't know the word. She couldn't see the teleprompter or whatever. My thing is, you get the words for the song and the actual song months in advance. So you had months to learn this song, to do a tribute to someone who we all consider to be a whole rock and roll legend. Like, Tina Turner cannot be duplicated, baby. Nowhere. So I really felt like she kind of did a disservice on that performance. I was looking for a better performance for that. Like, seriously. You got the stuff months in advance, Patti. I think you could have did a little bit better. I know some people may not agree. So, well, she's an old lady. She is, but Patti still performs and tours like I just said. and she sings several songs, and some of the songs that she sang ain't even her song. So if you can remember other people's songs and lyrics, I mean, come on, this is a moment that you cannot get back. You don't get a do-over for stuff like this. And that's for anybody else to get up there and do a tribute for somebody. You got to do your due diligence and make sure, I'm like, damn, Patti, you could not stop mixing up some of them damn patty pies and get back there and learn the words to this song. You couldn't learn the words to this. You could not put the mixer down and stop mixing up a few of them patty pies that you sending out there to Walmart to learn the words of this damn song. Oh my God. Well, I see somebody said Tina passed months ago. Well, I'm saying they give you the stuff, way prior. Even if it was a few weeks ago. I mean, hell, I can learn a song in a day. I can learn a song in a couple hours, to be honest. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just sharp like, I don't know. And I do music, but I just feel like Patti could have did better. And you were paid to do the performance as well. So I feel like she should have done a little bit better. Now, she did say that she was sick or whatever, and that she really could not remember the words. I don't know what's going on, whatever it is. She started doing all this yelling, child, like somebody was ripping her edges out, trying to rip her damn lace front off up there in the performance. She tried, but I feel like it could have been a little bit better. And I love me some Patti LaBelle, so I don't want nobody in the comments on no BS. I love Patti. I see it for Patti, but I feel like the performance could have been better. I feel like it could have been better. But she was giving the music way prior. That BET does not give you a song and say, okay, go out on stage, we need you to sing for Patti. Like, they don't do that. That's just not how it works. Okay. Now, fans dug up a video, and I saw this online and I want to address it. Fans dug up a video that where they saw Patti actually talking sideways about Tina Turner. I didn't like that. In the actual clip, it showed where Patti was talking mess about Tina Turner when she said she saw Tina Turner backstage, and this was a while back. She says that Tina and Mick Jagger were together backstage after a performance where Patti had just performed, and she got off stage and she went backstage, and she said she saw Tina and she reached to hug Tina. Okay, she reached up to hug Tina, and she says Tina pushed her away and told her, no, she's too moist. I was like, moist? Did she use the word moist? Meaning that she too sweaty. She didn't want her up on her, and said that Tina pushed her away. And she said that she felt like Tina was being bougie. Like, I thought she was my girl. I love me some Tina Turner, but I don't know now. Like, she was saying that in the video. I was just like, over that? Like, I don't want somebody who's sweaty, who just got done performing. And y'all know Patti be rolling all over the floor and everything else when she performed. And doing all this shit here. So, yeah, you sweaty by the time you finish performing. So, Tina was just like, yeah, I'm over here, I'm looking good or whatnot. I don't want your sweat all up on me. Now, go back there and change and then come back, and I'll be happy to give you a hug, But I was just like, child, it was just giving too much. I felt like she was doing a little bit too much in the video. To say, oh, she's just being too bougie. And I don't know, I thought she was my girl or whatever. So I don't know now. Like, girl, no. Old women should not have that kind of beef. Like, get over it, child. She's not here anymore. The least you could have done, like I said, was a better tribute to her. But moving on, I don't want to talk about that no more. Andy Cohen, honey. Andy Cohen from the Bravo Network, who is over the Real Housewives of Atlanta and all Real Housewives franchises, was seen, you guys. He was seen in a club, honey, getting heated, honey, with two big black men. Now, I know he was down with the swear. Well, I did, because I know somebody that he actually was indulging with. And yes, this person has also confirmed it. But I was just like, Andy. Andy was like in the middle, and he had like a black guy here, and they were big black guys too. And yeah, like they was like kissing all up on him and stuff. I was like, Andy, how you get caught out there like that, sir? Now I get it, you go out and have your little fun or whatever, but somebody had you all on video and then zoomed in and everything on you, Andy, getting all, felt up on or whatever. I was like, that was not a good look to be all up, I kind of saw Andy in a different light. But yeah, I mean, I guess he do like, I guess he is down with this world, from what I'm hearing. And from a very reliable source, and this person has, also kind of indulged in some activities with Andy Cohen. I'll say allegedly, but I know that to be facts because it's already been said. So I guess he does you know, like black men, and he's down with his words. Nothing wrong with it. You like what you like. But I was just like, Andy, I had to clutch my pearls when I saw him just cut loose like that. I was just like, what? I'm talking about these dudes were like buff type dudes too. I was like, oh, sir, go off, Andy. Now I can't see you that serious now when you be sitting up there doing these interviews on the Bravo network no more. I can't look at you the same, Andy. Ugh. I'm gonna have to call my source and talk to them about that so I can get a good kiki behind that. But anywho, moving on, honey. Tasha K is still trolling Cardi B. Tasha K released a video, honey, that she claims shows Offset cheating on Cardi B in their home. She gonna mess around and get sued again. I love me some Tasha K, but baby, listen, you don't have a dog in this fight. If these cheating, Offset been cheating. He's been cheating on her. So what is new? And why are you the one that's supposed to bring this evidence and everything out on the two of them in this situation? Like, you owe this girl $4 million. Leave this child alone. Leave her alone. Like, for real. Damn. I don't understand her obsession with Cardi B. It's like every time you turn around, she is running her mouth about damn Cardi B. Leave this child alone. Now, they're saying that Offset was found to have cheated on Cardi again most recently. Tasha K went on her Twitter the other day claiming to have video of Offset's alleged side chick who she's a Caucasian IG model, okay? Now, Tasha posted a video of the model who claims to be in Cardi and Offset's house or have been in their house, all right? And this girl was actually playing on Cardi B's daughter's bed, according to Tasha K, all right? Now, they're saying that Tasha K allegedly provided a video of Cardi's SUV as well, with the license plate showing pulling out of the driveway of this girl. Said that the girl pulled out of the driveway and it was showing Cardi leaving in her SUV, and then the side chick kind of pulling in to go and do whatever she was going to do at Cardi's house, all right? She gonna mess around and get sued again because I don't know why she, like I said, keeps bothering her. But Cardi's already made it known to her, like, keep messing with me and your children are not even going to graduate from college or rather even go to college by the time I get done with you. And she's letting her know, I will lay down another lawsuit on your ass. Just because you filed for bankruptcy does not mean you don't still owe me that $4 million. Keep right on messing with this girl. I don't know what her obsession is. Like, let it go. She is doing too much. She is doing too much. Just do your content. You a content creator. Do your content and get off. That's what I do. And that's my advice to anybody out here that's trying to do this. Do your content and get off. Do your homework when you do it. And don't be trolling people, because that will get your ass sued and some other things. Cardi is street. And the people she hang with is also street. We talked about it the other day. And here Tasha is once again sticking her nose in something that she has nothing to do with. If Offset is cheating on Cardi, let them figure it out. This is not the first time that we've heard of them having issues of infidelity in their relationship and or marriage. So it's not Tasha's problem to be out here speaking. I mean, if you're going to do a story about it, do a story, hit it and quit it and leave it alone. But really, you shouldn't be doing any stories or anything about this girl, knowing that the mess that you guys have going on currently. Like, I don't understand it with her. For a person to be in that type of situation, like, enough is a damn enough. If somebody sued me and I had to pay them $4 million, I'm not talking about you, period. I don't care if it is some hot tea. I don't care if somebody do send me something, say, hey, Caramel, can you cover this story about so-and-so and so? I'm going to be like, hell no. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. Like, Tasha K, baby, if you watching my channel, let it go. Leave Cardi alone. Stop trolling. Stop trolling before your ass gets sued damn again. Like, damn, you got children to take care of. Let's move on. Oh, child, you're not about to run my blood pressure up this morning. You're not about to run up my blood pressure. Moving right along. All right, so Gino. Let's talk about Gino. Gino from Love and Marriage Huntsville, the guy who replaced Tisha, where Marceau took Tisha's alleged office that she never had and gave to Gino, the little homeless looking guy that was sitting up in there, okay? I got some tea on him that I want to talk about this morning, all right? He kind of hinted in the actual episode that he was on that he was recently married and that he wishes that he would have shared what he needed to share with his wife and that he would have done her the way he needed to do her when they were married, hence the reason he's in the position that he's in. I think he lost everything when he got divorced, okay? He's supposed to be Marceau's employee. And like I just said, Tisha's replacement, which Tisha never was an actual owner of the business anyway, so I don't know how you're replacing somebody who was never there, but I digress. They're saying that he used to work for this company called G&L Exquisite Contractors, LLC, as of December 2022, and he used to own that particular business as well prior to his divorce, all right? Now, his wife, which is named Gina Price, they got divorced, and I think that they had to dissolve their businesses when they got divorced, hence the reason why he's kind of like in this kind of destitute place. I told you guys that it was said and alleged that he was sleeping out there in the trailer at the Fairfield Inn, at like one of those work trailers where the workers kind of have that little trailer out there, that he was caught sleeping out there when the content creator by the initials BT went to the property to do her foot homework, and found that he was there, and he asked her was she security or something, and he got the hell up out of there. He wasn't supposed to be there. So not sure why he was sleeping up in there or what he was doing in there, but yeah. So y'all have seen him on the show. So Gino, of course I was saying, he says in a scene on Love and Marriage Huntsville that he regretted not sharing things in business with his wife, and that they are divorced now, and that he lost the business after the divorce. So he really has nothing. He's starting over. He is originally from Louisiana, okay? He now lives in Huntsville, Alabama, all right? Yeah, all their businesses, and they had 2 businesses to be exact, that got dissolved. So he's actually starting over, and how he's actually starting over trying to work with the Scotts, I don't know, because hell, they are in a very bad space financially. So I don't know how he thinks he's going to be bouncing back working for them when they owe everybody and their mama and greasy grandmama as well. So how he chose to link up with them is beyond me, or why rather, okay? He also had another company called Gino's Hot Shot Transportation that he also lost as well. So he had quite a few businesses that he was running, and that he was the owner of when he and his wife actually divorced. He lost those businesses, and now he's starting over from scratch with nothing. So, like I said, I don't know why he's fooling with Marceau and Tisha and them, because they are being sued by everybody. I don't know how he's going to help turn their businesses around when he don't have really nothing to fall back on himself. So we're going to see what that's giving. He was really looking like he was kind of out of place, and like this whole storyline that they were giving when they showed them on two episodes back, when they were taking pictures out there at the Fairfield Inn land, y'all remember? And Marceau told him to get in the picture. He was kind of looking like he didn't want to be there. Like, this whole mess was fake. You could tell it all over his face. He didn't want to be there. Like, I really don't want to be sitting here faking for the cameras. That's how he was looking. But I don't know. That's weird to me. That's weird. But he and his wife, like I said, divorced, and they lost their businesses. So we'll see what that's giving, child. Moving right along. Maurice Scott, child. Let's talk about him this morning. Lord have mercy. When I tell you, he irritated the hell out of me in this past episode 12 of Love and Marriage Huntsville, baby. I already reviewed the actual show for that episode, but we got some more stuff to talk about with Maurice, because he is just, Maurice makes me want to slap the hell out of him, because I just don't, like, who raised you, sir? It's like he was raised by some wolves out in the damn woods, the same woods that his brother Basement Billy lives in. Who raised you, Scott brothers? Because all y'all have that same effed up mentality where y'all feel like that, you know, that y'all shit don't stink, and that y'all can just treat anybody kind of way, especially women. And I keep saying, for them to be on national television and acting like they love and adore their mother so much, how is it when you treat women the way that you do? Who raised you guys? And they're saying when they were very young children that their parents divorced. So that says to me their father was not in the home. So their mother was left raising all 8 or 9 of them. It's a whole bunch of them. A whole bunch of effed up individuals. And they are all effed up. I say allegedly to be cute. But from the ones that I've seen on the show, they are all messed up mentally. In terms of how they think and how they treat their wives and how they just maneuver in life, period. Basement Billy, it happened. Something happened to him in the military. He already did an interview talking about it. Something happened to him. I'm not going to talk about it on my show. But he screwed up. Marceau is screwed up mentally because of how he was raised and how he grew up. Sleeping on the floor, being poor. He talked about all of that on the show. It's a disconnect somewhere in there for them to then bring their father on the show to make it seem like he's this great dad who taught them how to be great businessmen and how to work hard and all this when his ass wasn't even there. But with Maurice, I don't like the way he treat Kimmy. And he did an interview with Carlos King, which kind of really opened my eyes to the type of sorry ass bastard that he is. And I gotta say it right here. He's a sorry individual. I don't know why Kimmy stays and puts up with the bullshit that Maurice continued to dish out and disrespect her the way that he does. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, okay, Maurice Scott says that it's admirable that Kimmy Scott puts him first during her cancer battle. Get off me, Thick Tongue Wanda and Tisha. Thick Tongue Wanda and Tisha, the spirit of Thick Tongue, is trying to get up in here. Get out of my car, okay? No, you cannot ride in my car. Get out of here. He says it's admirable for Kimmy to put him first in her cancer battle, okay? The fans drug the hell out of him in the comments and everywhere else, okay? I said, wow, that really showed a whole different side of you, Maurice. Love and Marriage Huntsville viewers agreed that Maurice was being very passive aggressive and gaslighting Kimmy during the Monster and Kyle scene where he was kind of going in on Monster. All right, fans were very critical of Maurice when Kimmy admitted to faking the big orgasm on multiple occasions because she didn't want him to go out looking for pleasure elsewhere while she battled her cancer battle. So she was just doing it to appease him. She didn't want to. She didn't have a need to. She was already saying that her libido was like super low to where she didn't feel like it. And then some days she be in so much pain, she just wanted to lay in the bed. But according to Maurice, he needs sex every day. Okay? He says that he don't just want it, that he need it. And I'm just like, something is wrong with you. It sounds like you may have an addiction. And it's nothing wrong with that. If you're married, it's nothing wrong with that. But when your wife is telling you she's in pain and that she don't feel like it, and she's feeling like she's forced to do something that she don't want to do because she's scared that her husband is going to be gone again for 5 o'clock until 5 o'clock in the morning doing God knows what, to her own admission on the reunion. She said he'd be out till 5 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing out till 5 o'clock in the morning when you know your wife is at home sick? That's selfish as hell. That's beyond her control. She's sick. She's sick. He would feel very bad if he was out to 5 o'clock in the morning and came medically to her and he was not there because he's out, sowing his royal oats, or unroyal oats, rather. It's just very selfish. Now, Carlos asked Maurice in a recent interview, says, are you that much of a sexual person to where despite her pleasuring you? Okay. Maurice then answered and said that there's a difference between wants and needs. Okay. He says that I'm a person who actually needs sex, not a person who wants it. I said, what? What? Now, like I said, there's nothing wrong with wanting that in a marriage, because that's what comes with it. Intimacy comes with being in a marriage and or relationship. Okay. He said, now at times, he says, I want it, but I actually need it. He says that life throws us curveballs like what we're going through right now. Okay. He says what Kimmy is doing is very admirable as a spouse. He said to roll over and suffer through it and fakes it all for me, because that moment is something that she completely did not desire. He says that I look at it as her standing by me while I'm standing by her. I said, oh, hell no. How are you standing by her when you're getting what you want and she's not getting what she wants, which is rest, and for you to stay your fat, sloppy, sweaty ass up off her so that she can recover from this? It sounded like he's getting what he wants. It's selfish. It's selfish. It's admirable for her to roll over and put up with faking so that you can get yours and be out the door again. That's what it sounds like. She already said on the show that she don't really have a need or want for it right now because she's going through what she's going through with her treatments. That's selfish. He says it's difficult as it may seem that we should all feel that we would be better people and say no. I don't want to or need sex. However, he says as long as it takes for you to recover. He says, but we then line in reality where that's not true. Okay. He said we live in reality where that's not true. That's what Maurice is saying. All right. He is selfish. Okay. He's inconsiderate. He's controlling. Okay. And he makes Kimmy feel insecure and makes her feel like she has to do these things, but she don't feel like it. And that's what I'm getting out of it. That's what I'm getting out of it. You make your wife feel like, okay, if you don't give me this, I'm about to go out here and get it. Because why would she feel like that? Why would she say that? That I feel obligated to roll over and give him something when I'm already telling you that I don't really have no energy and I don't really have a need to. I'm taking chemo, which takes all of my energy. And you make me feel like if I don't roll over and give you this, that you're going to step out on me, which then gives her more stress because she's wondering, okay, am I enough? Do he still find me attractive because I'm going through what I'm going through? I'm losing my hair. I'm losing weight. You know, she probably don't feel as sexy. And she said it on the show. I don't feel sexy anymore going through what I'm going through. And then he would tell her, no, you're sexy to me. But then you're out till 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, I don't get it. It's something's not connecting there. It's not. It's just not connecting for me. I feel like Kimmy needs to take a step back and think about her decision to have married Maurice, because I feel like Maurice is getting more out of the marriage than Kimmy is. I mean, she came in the door really taking care of him. She really did. She came in the door. She put his name on her house, on the deed to her house, which I felt like she should have done that for Jalen. Jalen's name should have been on Kimmy's house. And I get it that she and Maurice are married, but if things go left, you've given this man everything that you worked hard for when he really don't deserve it. And just by the way that he treats you and show you how much he appreciates you says it all. Your vows say through sickness and in health. That means if I'm not at my best, if I'm sick just like Kimmy is right now, your love for me should be still as strong as if I were not sick. You still should be there for me if I need you to go get me a drink of water. If she's laying in the bed and hurting and you know, with no energy whatsoever, she wants some water and you're not there. If she needs her medication and you're not there, you can go get those things and bring that to her. If she's hungry, go and get her something to eat and bring it to her. She feels like she has to get up, go make her something to eat, go and get some water, all these things that she feels like she needs to do to take care of herself. So it sounds like Kimmy is doing everything, including taking care of Monster, which sounds to be a lot, which is why she was in favor of Kiowa coming there and spending more time with Monster, because that helps her out in terms of taking the load off her, because Maurice is not doing it. But then he sat his ass on that episode talking about, I spend time with my son. You do not. Your son said on national television that he sits in his room for hours, that he don't get hugs, he don't get any affection from you. You don't really talk to him, you talk at him. There's a difference. That is why he is not receptive whenever you try to have a conversation with him. Every time you open your mouth to say something, his face automatically scrunches up because he already knows Maurice is going to be on his bullshit. So he's automatically on the defensive and he's showing signs of depression because of that. And so is Kimmy. Kimmy already said she had to get an emotional support dog because her husband is not there like he's supposed to. Why does your wife have to get a dog when she already has one at home? Why does Kimmy need a dog when she has a dog at home? Maurice. Why is that? You already have a dog at home. This woman has to get an emotional support dog. Something to cuddle up with and hug her and show her affection, because her husband, who she stood up there and took vows to, and now I see when I look back at their wedding, when they had their wedding on the yacht, Kimmy's son Jalen did not even look happy. He did not look happy to give his mother away to Maurice because he already knew what the bullshit was going to be. And he said on the show that that's the first time I've ever seen my mother cry being with Maurice. I've never seen my mother cry ever because she's not the type of person to be emotional. He said, this is the most I've ever seen my mother cry being with Maurice. That speaks volumes. That speaks volumes. It's like she's not happy that she's just existing in that situation. I'm not saying she don't love him, but I feel like she now sees that what she's invested in is really not worth her time because she's not getting out of it what she thought she was going to get out of it. Kimmy's biological clock was ticking. She wanted to be married. She wanted to have companionship. She thought that she would find that in Maurice, but Maurice had nothing when she met him. So she really did not give him a chance coming out of a marriage to Iowa to get himself together on a financial end, on a business side. She was already set. She was already a nurse. She already had other businesses that she was sitting on, that she was running and doing well for herself. But it seemed like when she met him, he wanted to dictate what she did in terms of spending all her time with him. And now he does not want to spend time with her when she's at her lowest. He didn't want her to be a nurse. It takes time to go to school to be a nurse. Who just gives up their job of being a nurse when they went to school all those years and spent all that money in an effort to do that and have a career to sit up under just to appease someone who wants them to babysit them all day? Maurice wants Kimmy to sit at home and babysit him and give him all the attention because he got none growing up as a child. So now you're a grown-ass man looking for your wife to babysit you and your emotions, and you give her none. It's a one-sided marriage. And there's a lot of women out there that go through that. And you stay in it because of fear of being alone. But sometimes it's okay to be alone in terms of staying in situations that's emotionally abusive. Maurice is emotionally abusive to Kimmy. We saw how he sat there in front of Tisha and Marceau and tried to call her out as being not a great bonus mom to his son that he's supposed to be raising. So you publicly try to embarrass me and take me out of my happy place because it feels good to you. You like to pit me up against your ex-wife because that makes you feel good, to feel like somebody's fighting over you because it's getting you the attention that you want. It's all about attention for Maurice. He's attention seeking like a child. He is very childlike in the mind, just like Marceau. That's why the two of them, that's why they always crack jokes like they do. They always try to make everything funny when you're trying to be serious with them because they're very childlike. And it irks the shit out of Kimmy because she's trying to be serious and have a serious conversation with him, and he always want to joke about everything. But this is what you married. This is what you chose. He's trash. I'm sorry. He is trash, and she wasted her time being with him. And it's like she is doing everything to keep them afloat. I got to put your name on my house. Now Kimmy has her broker's business, and now he over there trying to run that. Because your Credit One business ain't doing shit. Now you over there trying to run, talking about it's ours. No, nigga, it's yours. Go over there and Credit One and get that up and running. Fix the credit over there where people done paid you and you sitting on their money and refusing to give them their money back. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Kimmy is under that Scott spell. That's what I call it. The Scott spell. Tisha's under it already. She sat there looking at Kimmy when Maurice was going in on her at the table because she knows that very well. She's been in that place so many times to where she's dictated to, just like Marceau does her. She's trying to offer advice to make her feel comfortable being in an uncomfortable situation. I'm not ever going to be comfortable in a situation like that, where you talk to me like I'm a child. It's never going to be a time where I'm going to be comfortable and where I conform to toxicity, because that's what that is. And emotional and verbal abuse, because that's what it is. Maurice is not happy with his own life. It's something that he's looking for, and I don't feel like Kimmy fulfills all those things. But he keeps her around because financially she contributes to that, which he don't want to be out here being poor, because they grew up in a home where they didn't have much. So having Kimmy, who came in the door that had her shit together, yeah, he's not gonna let her go because he don't want to be out here having to work as hard. That's gonna take away from him being able to be out all time of the day and night and have to get a real job. So having Kimmy there with her real estate license, having her broker's license, and also being a nurse, she's making a nice little coin. She's making sure things are taken care of. She's cooking and keeping the house clean, even though she's sick. And he can't even so much as raise his son and spend hours in the day to have a conversation and be there for his own son, just because he don't want to pay his baby mama child support. And I said it in my review. That's the only reason why he don't want to send that son back home, because he don't want to give that love and marriage Huntsville money to Kyle. But then you exploit your child and bring him on national television and scream and yell at him for you to get a check. Who's getting Monster's check for making an appearance on Love and Marriage Huntsville? Is it Maurice or is it Kyle? Who's getting that check? That's my question. For him making an appearance, because he gets paid to be on the show. Every time he films, every time he's on an episode, he gets a check. So who is getting his check? Because he's 15 years old. Is Maurice getting his check, or is the check going to his mama? Because that child did not want to go stay with Maurice. He said that up front. And now that Kiowa is seeing the dynamic of what's going on in that house and that her son is not happy, she needs to put her foot down and take her son back home. But I feel like Maurice done tried to use legal stuff to make her feel like she has to make that son stay there. And I don't know what kind of paperwork they may have signed behind the scenes in order for that child to be there. But I feel like he tries to scare Kiowa into doing what he wants to do. Maurice is very sneaky. And if you guys watched him at the reunion, his go-to for everything is, oh, I'm a sue, I'm a sue, I'm a sue. I'm getting ready to sue you. So he tries to use the legal stuff now that he feels he got his little certificate in terms of trying to scare people into doing what he want or don't want them to do. It's crazy. It's crazy. Kimmy needs to get out of that house. Well, get him out of the house, because that's her house. They might need to have some type of separation, and then they might need to just go ahead on the divorce, baby. And I don't like to see nobody get divorced, but in this situation, I feel like she's married into a situation to where she now sees that she's feeling trapped, emotionally trapped. You could be emotionally trapped, physically trapped, emotionally trapped, all of that. She's not happy, and you could just see it. You could just see it. You could just see it. The relationship, I think it feeds more into what Maurice wants more than Kimmy. And prayers to her, honey. Prayers to her. You need to get out of that, Kimmy, because that's not healthy, baby. It's not. You should not have to deal with all that as related to your health and your peace of mind. And that's for anybody else out there that's staying with a sorry-ass man that's not doing what they need to do in terms of being there for emotional support or any other support. If he ain't working, he don't want to work, and you doing everything, at some point you got to reevaluate things and think about, hey, is this the type of life I want to live? Because you have women out there that hold on to sorry ass men for the sake of not being alone, and that's just not how you supposed to live. God's purpose in our life is for us to be happy and to be in great health and to have wealth, all those things. You cannot focus on being healthy and wealthy if you're depressed trying to hold on to somebody else who has a problem. I don't want to be in a situation where I always got to be the fixer of everything, and the person I'm trying to fix and don't have any, they don't want to be adjusted at all. They're happy being in the effed up place that they're in. And then it's making everybody feel miserable, like they gotta stay in that mess. And that's just not the way to live. That's just not the way to live. At some point, you gotta cut the strings and say, you know what? My happiness means more to me than this mess right here. You can find another man, but when you lose your mind, that's it. You don't get but one mind. You don't get but one mind. And once that's gone, that's it. That's just it. So women, men too. Men can be in depressed states because there's sorry ass women out there too. It's not just men, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm male bashing because I'm not. There's some sorry ass women out there as well that can also have men in depressed states. You gotta ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth me giving up my peace of mind and everything that I've worked hard for this person who has no goals or aspirations in life but to see me unhappy and try to control me? I don't want to be with nobody that's going to control me. I'm my own person. I have my own mind. I can think for myself. If I feel like I want to walk out the door and do what I want to do for an hour or so, as long as it's within, you know, the marital rights or whatever, and I'm not stepping out and doing some crazy outlandish shit, which I would never. But sometimes you just need some me time. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having me time. You need to have some me time so that you can continue to know and learn yourself. Sometimes you lose yourself when you're with a person. So sometimes it's okay to step out and learn yourself. Know who you are. Go take yourself shopping. Take yourself out to eat. Don't ever be in a place where you always have to, you know, cater to someone else to where you lose yourself. Because sometimes you can do that. You can do that sometimes. Where everything is just so expected of you from someone else until you just absolutely lose who you are. Yes, ma'am. Somebody said health and wealth. Yes, God. Health and wealth. It's God's purpose for us to be healthy, blessed, and in a great state of mind. It just is. It just is. And it's important to link up with that same person who has that same mentality. If you guys are going this way, it's not going to work. You gotta be able to, like this. We talk about it all the time over here on this channel. You cannot be unequally yoked and think that things are going to work out the way you want them to work out with a person. If it's so much of a tug of war with every situation, you're unequally yoked. Why are you trying to make something fit that's not gonna fit? If you're a size 8, what you squeezing into a size 7 for? You're gonna have corns. That hurt. After a while, it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna get ugly. Look at your feet after squeezing in some tight ass shoes and see how your feet look after that. It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly. Kimmy and Maurice are unequally yoked, and it's plain to see. You got married for the wrong reasons. Got married for the wrong reasons, and now you're seeing in the end that you're not happy. And at the end of the day, you're gonna have to cut that string. All of them have that same mentality. Maurice does not want to change. Marceau is never going to change. And none of the Scott brothers. Martell is never going to change. All of them got that same mentality. They hang together. Somebody cannot hang together unless they agree. They're not going to change. And as long as Kimmy stay in that situation, it's going to only get worse. You're going to continue to be looked over. You're going to continue to be disrespected. You're going to continue to be emotionally abused. You're going to continue. Probably going to have to get a second emotional support dog. Probably. You're probably going to need a second emotional support dog just to get you out of your depressed state. That's how she could call it out with Monster, because she's going through the same thing. That house is a house of depression. Because the man of the house, who's supposed to be the leader, is also depressed. And he's a dictator. He is. He's a dictator. Versus a husband. Versus a supporter. And that's just what it's going to be. But we're going to get on up off here. We are at work, guys. I will definitely do a pop-in today because I got a lot of catching up to do. So, yeah, I will be getting off work, hopefully on time today. My God, work this week, it's just Tuesday. Yesterday was very hectic. Hopefully we get out of here on time. But I will be doing a pop-in today to connect with you guys on some other topics that I do have, okay? I hope you guys have a great day. Be blessed today. Please do not be stressed, honey. Please take in some of the topics that we talked about today. Being unequally yoked is just not the way. If you're anybody out there that's unequally yoked to a person, revisit that thing. Think about it. Pray about it. Okay? Because, hey, God's will for you is for you to be in good health, wealth, and in a great state of mind. And you cannot be in a great state of mind when you are in that situation. Okay? And I'm not trying to tell nobody to leave, but what I am saying is reevaluate things. Okay? Reevaluate things, because you do matter. Your opinions do matter. Your feelings do matter. And don't ever let nobody tell you that they don't. Okay? Don't ever give so much of yourself to a person to where you lose yourself. All right. And on that note, we're going to get out of here. Thank you, mods, for doing such a great job. Thank you for any content creators that joined us this morning. Thank you so much to everybody that gave your likes. What we got in here? Oh, 753. We got 325 likes. I know we can do better. If you guys did not hit it on the way in, please do it on the way out. Also, subscribe to this channel if you did not. Hit that notification bell so that you will be notified when we do more videos, which is all the time, okay? Again, thank you guys. Love you guys down. And I will see you guys later this evening for the pop-in video, okay? And goodbye.